The storm clouds are rolling once again over the Sister Wives universe, and this time, the thunder is coming straight from Christine Brown herself. In a jaw-dropping new episode of Season 20, Christine, the once soft-spoken former wife of Cody Brown, appears to throw major shade at her daughter Mykelti and son-in-law Tony Padron over their decision to uproot their lives and move to North Carolina. What started as a cheerful family update quickly spiraled into a tense, emotionally charged exchange that left fans clutching their seats. Christine's tone, her carefully chosen words, and the unmistakable flicker of disappointment in her eyes all suggested that her approval of the move was, at best, lukewarm. The moment was subtle but searing, the kind of quiet family drama that only Sister Wives can deliver, blending love, tension, and decades of unresolved emotion into a single scene that fans can't stop talking about. The latest installment of Sister Wives Season 20 has reignited the emotional fire that burns at the heart of the Brown family saga. Christine Brown, who has spent the last few seasons rebuilding her life after walking away from Cody and the complexities of plural marriage, found herself in the middle of a new kind of family conflict, one that hit much closer to home than even she anticipated. The episode centered around a conversation between Christine and her daughter Mykelti, who, along with her husband, Tony Padron, announced that they were relocating to North Carolina. The news might have sounded exciting to most mothers, but Christine's reaction told a very different story. Her polite smile and supportive words couldn't hide the flicker of disapproval in her tone, and within moments, fans across social media began dissecting what quickly became one of the most talked-about scenes of the season. The episode opened on a seemingly calm note. Christine was shown in her Utah kitchen, surrounded by the warm, cozy chaos of her newly blended family with husband David Woolley. The couple shared an easy laughter that has come to symbolize Christine's post-divorce glow-up, a stark contrast to the tense, joyless atmosphere that once defined her life with Cody. But that peace was soon interrupted by a FaceTime call that brought unexpected news. Mykelti and Tony appeared on screen, beaming with excitement as they announced, "We're moving to North Carolina." The room fell silent for a beat as Christine processed the words. Her eyebrows lifted slightly, her smile froze in place, and her tone shifted from warm enthusiasm to measured curiosity. "Oh," she said, forcing a chuckle. "Wow, that's a big move. North Carolina, huh? That's pretty far." Those few seconds of hesitation were enough for fans to catch on. They had seen this version of Christine before, the version who tried to stay composed while suppressing waves of concern, frustration, and maybe even hurt. It wasn't what she said, but how she said it. Her tone carried a hint of restrained emotion, and her words, though outwardly supportive, felt laced with an undertone that many interpreted as shade. "I just hope you guys know what you're getting into," she added softly. That single line, "I just hope you guys know what you're getting into," became the moment that lit up social media like wildfire. Within minutes of the episode airing, fans took to Twitter, Reddit, and TikTok to debate the meaning behind Christine's comment. Was it genuine concern, or was it her way of calling out what she saw as another impulsive decision from her daughter and son-in-law? The debate raged on, with thousands of fans chiming in. One viewer tweeted, "Christine's trying so hard to be supportive, but you can tell she's not happy about that move." Another wrote, "That was shade, 100%. Christine basically said, 'Good luck with that disaster.'" To understand why this scene struck such a nerve, it helps to remember how much Christine has been through and how much she's fought to protect her children from repeating her own mistakes. After spending decades in a plural marriage that left her emotionally depleted and undervalued, Christine finally broke free, finding happiness and stability with David Woolley. She's rebuilt her confidence, created a new home filled with laughter, and reclaimed her voice after years of being silenced. So when Mykelti announced that she and Tony were packing up and leaving, Christine's mixed reaction felt like a mother's instinct kicking in. Not just to worry, but to question whether her daughter truly understood what she was stepping into. Her concerns weren't unfounded. Mykelti and Tony have long been one of the more unpredictable couples in the Sister Wives orbit. Their relationship, marked by youthful enthusiasm and occasional impulsivity, has often drawn mixed reactions from fans. Tony's outspoken personality and Mykelti's desire to balance loyalty to both her parents have created friction in the past, especially Chanel. Christine didn't hold back, though she chose her words carefully. "I love Mykelti and Tony. They're very adventurous. They like to take big leaps. I think that's great.
But I also think they don't always see the full picture. Moving far away sounds fun and exciting, but being away from family is hard. You start to miss the small things, the dinners, the holidays, the help when you need it most. Her voice softened as she added, "You can say you'll visit, but life gets busy. It's just, it's just not the same." The confession struck an emotional chord. Christine's words were filled with love, but there was no mistaking the sting behind them. Fans interpreted this as classic Christine shade, the kind that doesn't come from malice, but from a place of deep worry and hidden disappointment. She wasn't trying to undermine her daughter, she was trying to warn her. And yet the subtle judgment didn't go unnoticed. Mykelti, for her part, seemed caught between excitement and guilt, offering a hesitant smile before changing the subject. When Tony spoke up, his trademark bluntness returned. "We just need a change. We want to do something different. There's opportunity out there, and we think it's the right move for our family." His tone was unapologetic, almost defensive, as if he already sensed that Christine wasn't entirely on board. The conversation ended politely, but viewers could feel the distance, both literal and emotional, growing between Christine and the couple. As the episode unfolded, Christine's internal conflict became even clearer in her private conversation with David Woolley. Sitting together on the porch, Christine admitted that the move had left her uneasy. "It's not that I don't want them to go," she explained. "I just worry they're doing it for the wrong reasons. They've been stressed, and maybe this feels like an escape. But sometimes running away doesn't fix anything. It just creates new problems." David listened quietly, nodding in understanding. "You've got to trust them," he said. "You raised them well. Let them make their own path." Christine smiled, but her eyes betrayed the worry that lingered beneath her calm exterior. Fans have long praised Christine for her emotional honesty, and this episode was no exception. She didn't lash out or criticize harshly, but her hesitation spoke volumes. The heartbreak of a mother watching her child drift away, physically and emotionally, was palpable. Yet Christine's shade doesn't come from resentment, it comes from a fear she knows all too well. Having once sacrificed her happiness for family unity, she now fears her daughter might do the same in a different way, chasing a dream that might not lead where she hopes. In the broader context of Sister Wives Season 20, this scene also symbolizes the shifting tides within the Brown family. As more of Cody's adult children branch out, the family's once tight-knit structure continues to fracture. Mykelti and Tony's move is just another reminder that the Browns are no longer the sprawling, united clan they once claimed to be. Christine's shade, then, becomes more than just a mother's reaction. It's a reflection of the family's ongoing unraveling. Behind the scenes, sources close to production have suggested that this storyline will continue to develop in upcoming episodes. According to one insider, the tension between Christine and Mykelti has been simmering for months and may spill over into future conversations. Christine wants to be supportive, but she's struggling. Mykelti is very independent, but Christine sees a lot of herself in her daughter, and that scares her. The emotional complexity of this episode has reminded fans why Sister Wives remains such a powerful and addictive reality series. It's not just about polygamy or relationships, it's about the universal struggles of family, identity, and the painful process of letting go. Christine's subtle shade might seem like just another dramatic moment, but beneath it lies the deeper truth of motherhood, that love and criticism often come hand in hand.
The latest episode of Sister Wives Season 20 has left fans reeling once again. Just when viewers thought the Brown family drama might start to simmer down after years of emotional chaos, another storm rolled in. And this time, it involved Christine Brown, her daughter Mykelti, and son-in-law Tony Padrone. In what began as a seemingly innocent conversation about family and distance, fans quickly picked up on Christine's thinly veiled shade toward the young couple's decision to relocate to North Carolina. Her words, laced with both concern and a touch of disapproval, have since ignited a wildfire of speculation across the Sister Wives fandom. Christine Brown has long been the fan favorite, known for her independent spirit, her hard-won freedom from Cody Brown, and her ability to rebuild her life after leaving behind decades of emotional turmoil. Since remarrying and stepping into a more joyful, self-assured version of herself, Christine has seemed genuinely at peace. However, peace in the Brown family is rarely permanent, and season 20 has reminded fans that even Christine, with her new husband David Woolley and her bright new chapter, can't escape the shadows of family tension. The episode in question opened with Christine sitting in her Utah kitchen, sipping tea as she FaceTimed with Mykelti and Tony. The young couple had big news to share. They were officially leaving Utah and moving to North Carolina for a fresh start. Cameras captured Christine's immediate reaction, a tight smile, raised eyebrows, and a pause that spoke volumes. Her voice, though measured, carried a distinct undercurrent of disbelief. "Wow," she said, forcing a laugh that fans instantly dissected online. "North Carolina, huh? That's quite the adventure. I just hope you two know what you're getting into." It was that line, "I just hope you two know what you're getting into," that set off alarm bells for Sister Wives fans. Within minutes of the episode airing, Twitter, or X as it's now called, exploded with theories, gifs, and breakdowns of Christine's tone. Many felt that the statement wasn't simple motherly concern, but a subtle jab, a way of expressing doubt about Mykelti and Tony's ability to handle such a major life transition, especially after years of relying on family proximity. The tension between Christine and Mykelti hasn't been heavily documented in the show, but longtime viewers have sensed cracks forming in their relationship for several seasons. Mykelti, who often appears torn between loyalty to her mother and her father, has sometimes come off as overly defensive of Cody and Robin, a stance that has drawn criticism from fans who still remember how painfully Cody treated Christine in her final years of plural marriage. When Christine finally walked away from that marriage, she did so with an air of finality, declaring she would never return to that kind of emotional suffocation. For Mykelti, however, her continued closeness to Robin and willingness to forgive Cody's missteps often seemed like a betrayal in the eyes of Team Christine supporters. So when Mykelti and Tony revealed their plan to move, many fans wondered if Christine's reaction was rooted not only in maternal concern, but also in deeper frustration, perhaps even disappointment. After all, North Carolina isn't just another state. It represents distance, both literal and emotional. It means Christine won't be seeing her grandkids as often, won't be able to pop by for Sunday dinner or help out when Tony's working long shifts. To a mother who has always prided herself on being hands-on and deeply involved, this move likely felt like another fracture in an already fragmented family dynamic. Christine's comment about the move being quite the adventure wasn't the only line that fans interpreted as shade. Later in the episode, during the solo confessional, Christine elaborated on her feelings. "I love Mykelti and Tony," she began, her voice steady but her expression tight. "They're very spirited. They like to make big decisions and just go for it. I admire that, but I also think sometimes they underestimate how hard it is to be far from family. You can say you'll visit all the time, but life gets in the way. And when the excitement fades, you start realizing who you've left behind." That remark hit fans like a thunderbolt. To many, it was Christine's polite way of saying that Mykelti and Tony were being impulsive, possibly even naive. It's a familiar theme in Sister Wives, the older generation trying to guide the younger only to end up clashing over values and lifestyle choices. But in this case, the subtext carried more emotional weight. Christine, who fought so hard to create her own version of happiness after escaping an oppressive marriage, seemed to be questioning whether her daughter's choices mirrored the same kind of self-awareness, or were they merely reactionary decisions made to prove something. Meanwhile, Tony, never one to shy away from speaking his mind, took the conversation in stride. In a confessional filmed separately, he said, "Christine's always going to have an opinion. That's her thing. But we're adults now. We've got to do what's best for our family, and that's North Carolina right now." His tone wasn't harsh, but there was a clear edge of defensiveness, the same edge fans have seen before when he's discussed the family's complex web of relationships. Fans online immediately began taking sides. Some defended Christine, arguing that she was simply worried about her daughter's well-being and frustrated by yet another family member choosing to put distance between themselves.
Others felt she was being hypocritical. After all, Christine herself left the family and moved states away when she needed space from Cody. One Reddit user summed up the tension perfectly. Christine left Cody to find her peace, but now that Mykelti's doing something similar, she's acting like it's a betrayal. It's like the cycle never ends with these Browns. The storyline gained even more traction when TLC's official Sister Wives Instagram account posted a clip of Christine's reaction. Captioned, "Christine shares her thoughts on Mykelti and Tony's big move. How do you think she really feels?" The comment section erupted, with thousands of fans weighing in. Some pointed out that Christine's tone reminded them of past moments when Cody used concern as a cover for judgment, while others argued that Christine's reaction was completely valid given the emotional toll of losing proximity to her grandkids.
As the episode continued, Christine was shown discussing the news with her new husband, David Woolley. The contrast between the two was striking. David appeared calm and supportive, while Christine seemed restless and conflicted. "I just didn't expect them to move so far," she confessed. "It feels like every time we start to come together as a family, someone moves away. I guess that's just how it is now." David, in his typically grounded way, offered reassurance. "You've got to let them live their life, babe. You raised strong kids. Let them go find their own way." Christine smiled faintly but didn't look convinced. "I know," she said. "It's just hard, especially when I feel like they're running from something instead of running towards something." That line, "running from something instead of running towards something," became the next viral moment. Viewers dissected it endlessly, speculating that Christine might have been referencing Mykelti and Tony's complicated relationship with Cody and Robin. Some fans even theorized that the move to North Carolina was a way to escape the constant family tension and distance themselves from both sides of the drama. Whatever Christine's true intent, the emotional weight of her comments revealed just how fractured the Brown family remains, even after so many have physically moved on from Cody. Distance doesn't seem to heal wounds in this family. It only exposes them further. Christine's concern, masked by calm words, came from a place of fear. Fear of losing yet another connection in a family already scattered across multiple states. Later in the episode, viewers got a glimpse of Mykelti's perspective through her own confessional. She seemed excited but emotional, admitting that the decision to move wasn't easy. "Mom's always been my rock, but Tony and I need to build something for ourselves. We've been talking about this for years. North Carolina just feels right. I think she'll understand eventually." That emotional honesty softened the narrative, but fans couldn't ignore the undertone. Mykelti was trying to convince herself as much as she was the viewers. Tony, in his signature blunt style, added, "I think people forget that we're not just Christine's kids or Cody's kids. We're our own people. We're going to make mistakes, sure, but we've got to make them on our own terms." That statement resonated with many fans,